It is still unbelievable that Dell made the best looking computer out right now, and y'all ain't really talking about it. What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Jay Karan, and listen, Dell released the 13 Plus a while ago. It's not brand new, but I have not seen a lot of videos on it. Now, everybody's now talking about MacBook this, MacBook that, and it's always about MacBook, but this is literally one of my favorite computers because this is the only computer right now that I can say confidently blows the look out of the water from Apple, genuinely. 12th generation Intel i7 processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and 512 gigabytes of storage, packed into a 13-inch laptop. Yes, that's right. The screen is 13 inches. Now, this configuration does come in two different models when it comes down to resolution. I have the 1920 by 1200, but it also comes with an OLED 4K model. But genuinely, I didn't get that model because I bought this laptop to be portable, compact, and just powerful enough to run your daily tasks. Plus, it looks so good. But if you think about the battery life and portability, if you have a 4K OLED screen, it's probably going to drain that battery a little bit more than just your average screen. So I went with the average screen, honestly. Now, the average screen comes in a touch screen or a non-touch screen, and this is the touch screen version. So now we can get into what I love about this computer. Now, this has an updated design. It has two Thunderbolt 4 ports. You can use it from charging, data, display. You already know how that works. It has a new completely flush keyboard. Completely flush, which means if you run a hand across the keyboard, you won't feel all the bumps. The keys are recessed. It has illuminated sensors right at the bottom of the screen. And these sensors are how you're going to use your function buttons. And they do work really well. I haven't had any issues with them so far. And even if you turn the keyboard backlight off of the keys, these sensors stay illuminated, so it always looks good, even though I don't really like illuminated keys on light keyboards, but that's just my opinion. Now, this year, you will notice you have no trackpad cut out. And a lot of people were saying that they did not like how you don't have a trackpad. Now, I did spend time getting used to it. And just to let you guys know, it is still a pretty sizable trackpad. It starts here, and then you move over, and it ends here. So it's not really different from an average trackpad. You do have a tactile feel that is only in the trackpad area. That's the only place you can click. Nothing else presses in. It's actually built really well. So if you press on the sides, they will not go in. But if you press in the middle where the trackpad is, it's going to slightly press in and give you that tactile feeling. Now, like I said, this is a 13-inch screen, but it doesn't feel like it's 13 inches because of how they designed the bezels. The bezels are extremely thin, making this look like a slightly larger laptop than it is, even though compared to like a 16-inch or a 15-inch, you could clearly see the difference. It just doesn't feel too small when you're looking at the screen. Now, because this is not a 4K screen, there will be, if you look really hard, honestly, you can see like a bit of fuzziness, I guess you could say, or blurriness. And if you like go to YouTube and go into 4K resolution, it might not look as crisp. But again, it's not a 4K screen, but it's also not something that you should actually be worried about. Everything actually looks really good on the screen. This may not be an OLED panel, but it is a good looking panel. This is a super good option. Also, I have seen, now the original price on this is around $1,600 somewhere, but I did not pay that for this. I got it secondhand. And I paid around $950 for it. And I've also seen it on sale multiple times, actually, for a discounted price, which actually blows other computers straight out of the water. Because if you know anything about XPS or the Dell XPS computers, they're really good computers. I do have to mention one thing. The keyboard on this, I've noticed once I was doing my task, it could get kind of hot. Now, Dell has integrated a power system menu where you can choose between performance, you can choose between cooling your laptop, no fans. You can do whatever you want to with these 4 selections here. And I think that was a good add-on. I did turn the cooling mode on and didn't actually notice the fans cut on immediately. I guess there's like a buffer in between, but you know, I don't have any complaints. It doesn't seem like the heat affected anything. And I only noticed it strangely because one time I just decided to put my hand over it. And since we were talking about the keyboard, you will notice that you see no speaker cutouts on top of the computer. Well, that affects more than just the look. The sound is actually going to sound like it's coming from below the computer. And that is probably because there are escape routes for the sound to come out below the computer. It also will sound like maybe it's coming from the keyboard. I don't know exactly how that design worked, but nevertheless, for a 13-inch computer, it still sounds pretty decent. You're not going to get, studio quality sound, but it still doesn't sound as bad as other computers. And genuinely, if this is your only computer, you probably will just get used to it and think it sounds pretty good. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. We have new videos dropping every week. We have the M2 MacBook review coming out. We have the Galaxy S23. We have the 23 Ultra. Come on. Where are you going to go to get this type of content? Come on. You're going to go here. Hit that sub button. Deuces. Peace out. Be safe.